Hi, I'm Phyllis, southernfrugal.com. Okay, we're going to have a morning chat this morning as I fix the smoothies. First of all, I wanted to remember, I don't know if I've given this little tip before, but if you want your garbage disposal to smell good, put citrus peeling in it. So what I do sometimes is put the orange peeling, or in this case it's a Minneola, in the garbage disposal without turning the water on, and just flip the switch and let it grind all up in there. Let it sit for a while. Yeah. So that's my little tip for the day on that. Also, I bought kale this week, and I decided instead of buying it in a bag where it's all cut up, I bought the whole kale. And it's delicious. We cooked some of it. I bought 2 big bunches of it, and we cooked some of it. Mr. Bucky loved it, and so did I. But anyway, there's what it looks like. Listen, can y'all hear that? It's still crispy because I put it in a big pot of water and cut the stems off just like you would cut off the stems of fresh flowers. And the stems kind of split, and it soaks up the water, and it stays crispy. So anyway, we're going to use this kale this morning. Now yesterday I used kale too, and I might have used a little too much because I could taste it just a little bit in the smoothie. Anyway, it's thoroughly washed, so I'm just going to break that up, put it in the Vitamix. I broke that little end off, but it's separated. Break that little end off. I don't know why, just do. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the Minneola that I peeled. And these really, I've never found a seed in them, ever. So I'm just going to throw the whole thing in. And this morning I'm using 2 large bananas. And I'm not using cream of wheat and oatmeal, because I'm actually running out, so I'm kind of not using that this morning. Squeeze my bananas previously frozen. They're still just a little bit frozen. There they are. And this morning I'm using, that's about 2 cups of strawberries under there. I'm using 5 dates to sweeten the strawberries because they're always sour, and 3 cubes of almond butter. And I'm also not using peanut butter this morning. Put these dates in. Now the strawberries are still frozen quite a bit. So, not using a carrot this morning either. Alright, so now we're ready. Oh, and I made myself some dish rags. Let me show you what they look like. Now this is what I'm using right now. And let me wipe my hands off. And here's one that's clean and dry. And what I did was I didn't use the baby diaper things 4 folds. I used just 2 because 4 made it really too thick, and then I just used my machine and went around the edges there. Yeah, it worked out pretty good. So each diaper would make 2 dish rags is what I call them. But anyway, I wanted to, the reason I didn't make them 4-ply, I want them to be able to be squeezed out in one hand, because how often does that happen? A lot. Where you're doing something with the other hand, you need to use the dish rag real quick, and I always keep a little container of soapy water in the sink. Put this in there and you can wring it out with one hand, which is good. Alright, so now I'm going to let this thaw out a little bit more while we're talking. Go ahead and put the water in. This is 2 cups of filtered water. Yeah, we'll just let this sit here for a minute. Alright, so y'all had a lot of comments on the good towels, bad towels, a lot. And the thing that rang true through a lot of the comments was to never use fabric softener on towels. And I don't, y'all. I never have. I can't stand fabric softener at all. I've never liked it because to me it's like pouring grease in your washing machine or oil. It really is. And but some things you have no choice. You have to use fabric softener, and that would be things that are synthetic material like nylon, polyester, or sometimes polyester blends. If you don't, you get static electricity. So my guess is I don't even use a bottle a year of that because Mr. Bucky has several golf shirts that he wears that are nylon. Doesn't wear them real often. And I have a couple of blouses that I use for church, and they're 100% polyester. They sort of look like silk. And boy, if you don't use the fabric softener on those, they'll be just glued to your body. So I only use fabric softener when I absolutely have to. And I think part of the reason for that is I never liked the way Downy smelled. Not any kind of Downy. I just never liked it. And so I always, when I buy fabric softener, which is so seldom, I usually forget what brand I used before. So I just stand in the grocery aisle and take the lid off and smell of it. That's all I know to do. But anyway, I wanted to get on to some stuff about the towels. Now, I never use fabric softener. I never have on any of my towels. And the bathroom towels and the washcloths are always very absorbent. It's the kitchen towels that have always been the problem, and the kitchen dish rags. And specifically, I think I showed this one yesterday. So I decided I would look up and see what kind of information I could find. This towel has polyester in it. There's the problem, or the biggest problem. But I'm not sure it would be absorbent anyway. So the other one I used, and I had forgotten about this one. I wish I had gotten this one out yesterday. But look at this. This poor towel is so worn, it's just awful. But I keep this towel, and what I use it for is when I'm putting iceberg lettuce on sandwiches, and you're washing each leaf and all, and I just use this towel and I lay them down in the towel and then put the towel over them, kind of pat them dry, so it won't make the sandwich all watery. But after someone wrote in and said they used the waffle, I guess waffle weave long johns that, you know how they, I know when we lived in Canada, everybody wore the undergarment things that were the waffle weave to keep you warm, really. And even the children wore them. And they were made out of stuff like that, the waffle weave. And that must be why this towel is so absorbent. Now, this towel is, best I can figure, 25 years old probably. And I originally had, I think, about 6 of them, and I loved them, but they wore out pretty quick and started looking bad. But I just couldn't part with this one, y'all. I had to keep it, even though it looks really bad. It works, so I keep it. And I only use it for lettuce. Sometimes I use it if we're having a salad and I've washed it and it's not quite dried off good enough. I'll dump the whole thing out in this towel and roll it up, put it in the refrigerator for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and it'll soak the water right out of the salad we're having. All right, so the other thing is that I looked this up online, and so many sites mentioned using vinegar as a fabric softener. Now, I have never done that, but I'm definitely going to try it. And also, I always rinse my clothes that I wash are always rinsed 3 times, 2 times in the regular wash, and then I just flip and turn the button around and rinse them again, just because. I don't know why. I just have always done that. And let's see. Okay. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. All right, we're back. Peeling the orange makes me sneeze, y'all. Sorry, it just does. Okay, so I wanted to go over the other things another viewer said that they were thinking about making aprons using those diaper sackcloth towel things, which I think is a great idea, because then you could just have to pull it up and wipe your hands. You've got it right around your waist, right? And of course the other one was using the long johns as dish rags, and she said that she was getting those like at garage sales, I guess, or I don't know, I can't remember where she said, but used ones is what she was using. And another lady wrote in and talked about the crochet dish rags from cotton yarn that she got at Walmart. Now I do know how to crochet, y'all, and I do like crocheting. It's just pretty time consuming, but I thought I would really look into that part of it. And also the towels have definitely got polyester in them. That's the biggest problem. And even though like this particular one's been washed many times, still not very absorbent. Also, in doing all the research on this, I do remember the velour towels that are so smooth and luxurious looking, and I've never bought those, mainly because I know they're not very absorbent. That's why I've never bought them. And also, I wanted to tell you this. I buy towels for me and Bucky's use, not for guest towels. The guest towels are upstairs, and they're different colors and, you know, real soft and all that. But the towels that Mr. Bucky and I use are always white, and I get them at Rose's 5 and 10 cent store, and they usually cost $3. They're a little bit, they're not as big as a bath towel, but bigger than a regular towel. And of course I always put Clorox in those towels for I actually do for the kitchen too, and just to get that extra disinfecting value there. But anyway, the towels that I get at Rose's, $3 each, and they're not all exactly the same either, okay? Some of them are a little shorter, some of them are a little longer. They're just, I don't know, not exactly all matching, but they are all white. And of course you can get colors there, but I always buy white. So, and they're very absorbent. We've never had any problem with a bath towel not being absorbent, or the hand towels in the bathroom, or the washcloths. So everything there is fine. Now, is there anything else? I can't think of anything. But anyway, I appreciate all y'all's comments on the towels, and clearly other people have had the same problem I have with towels that weren't absorbent in the kitchen. Oh, I did think of something else. In home ec, now, I went to school in Virginia for the first part of my life, and in North Carolina for the last 3 years of my school there. And in Virginia, girls had to take home ec. There was no way out of it. You had to take home ec, and you had to take it the 8th grade, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. You just had to, and boys had to take shop. That was the rule. And then when we were in North Carolina, I still had to take home ec. But one of the things I learned in home ec was that you should not dry your dishes with a towel of any kind. You should let your dishes drain in the drain board, and that way they'll have far less germs on them, because when you use a towel, you just spread it around, even if it's a clean towel. But of course, some things have to be wiped off, like for instance, when you're using pots and things that you're not putting in the dishwasher, you got to use a towel, right? You got to use something to dry it off. You don't want to put it back in your cabinet all wet. So anyway, I don't dry any of my dishes, like plates, saucers, glasses, cups, anything like that, because they're always in the dishwasher on the dry cycle, and so they're always dry when Mr. Bucky unloads the dishwasher. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I have on that. Let me just look at my notes. In looking all this up, I didn't realize that there was such a thing as bamboo towels. and they say they're very absorbent. I've never seen those. I don't know if any of y'all have ever purchased any of those, but I thought I would look that up too. That sounded interesting to me. And also to use baking soda added to your wash detergent in the wash cycle, and then add vinegar in the rinse cycle, not mixing the two together, of course. And I know that vinegar will take soap scum out. You know, we used to use a little cap full of vinegar in a glass of water to rinse our hair in the 1950s, and this was really before the cream rinse came out and the conditioner, and it would make your hair very shiny because it would take all the soap residue out, and I'm sure that's what it does in the wash cycle too, although I've never tried it, but I'm going to. So anyway, let's go ahead and let me mix up this smoothie and we'll be back. Bye. Alright, we got it all mixed up. Took maybe 45 seconds. And I didn't make as much this morning, didn't use the oatmeal and cream of wheat this morning, nor did I use peanut butter. But I do have a little bit of oats this morning. Yeah, so Mr. Bucky has discovered playing checkers on the internet. Yeah, he has. And of course he always loved playing checkers when he was a young boy. And he's actually real good at it. So he's playing people all over the world, it would seem. But anyway, he says it sharpens your mind. So anything that works, I'm all for, okay? All right, so we did have the tray. The little cups aren't real super full this morning, but we at least had that average. All right, let's give it a taste. I sure hope it's sweet enough. It's a little sour. It still tastes good, but it's definitely a little bit sour. Definitely tastes like strawberries. All right, y'all, so we'll see you next time. Leave any comments that you have concerning the towels or anything we talked about down below. I always love reading the comments. And also, I'm going to look up and see if anywhere on the internet I can find any kind of towels that are made out of that kind of waffle weave. I'm very interested in that because I know this is super absorbent. All right, see you next time. Bye.